Hi there, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining. Thank you for all of those that have subscribed. We have way past the 100. And I didn't want to come on here and do the video a little bit somber. This is a Valentine's top, but unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I always wear this when I have people that pass away that are close to me. I wore this when my two best friends passed away a couple of years ago. And unfortunately, my husband's stepmother passed away last week, and I've been kind of dealing with that. So I wanted to do this earlier, and I apologize for not doing it, but my mind was not there. And I was also exhausted. I tend to get overwhelmed with my health, with my concussion. So it gets a little overwhelming, and I go through these ups and downs. So for those of you that are new and then wonder why I'm not always punctual or doing them weekly like other people, I struggle with that, and that's why it's called therapy. So bear with me because I'm way better than I was 2 years ago when I did my other channel. So hopefully I get stronger and stronger, but I just want to be transparent. I'm just letting you know because I don't want people to assume things or wonder and then lose interest. So I want to be honest with you guys. I couldn't do it in the other channel. I couldn't speak that much back then. And so now I just want you to know that for that reason. I don't want you to lose interest. So I struggle with doing things always weekly. That's why I throw those little shorts here and there just to please YouTube and not make my channel be affected. So if you see those and they're repetitive and you just kind of zoom through them and lose interest, I hope you can support me and just watch them and help me with my hours. I'll give them a thumbs up. Make a comment if you can, because that will help YouTube know that you're interested in my channel and keep me in the loop, because that does affect us small channels as we grow. YouTube needs to know that you guys are interested. Just want to throw that out there. Thanks so much for your support. So it is time for the giveaway. Yay! As you know, the guidelines, I've thrown them up there, and it was for US and for Canada. And it is because as the giveaways keep getting larger and larger, because you know the 1000 is that leather jacket, faux leather jacket. So in one of the videos, I showed you the faux leather jackets that I got, and that's going to be the big giveaway at 1000. But then as I was thinking, I finished looking into that last bag because I couldn't finish the whole video. That's why I kind of left at the end, not really a proper goodbye, just got too exhausted. So I looked into the bottom of the bag, and guess what? I knew I ordered another one. So there is two. This is mine that I was using, and I highly recommend any serum for you to put on. So I was using Neutrogena Hydro Boost, and I loved the way it was on my face. I'm just letting you know if you're interested in a serum and don't know which one. And it worked well on mine. So what I was doing is I was putting some on here, spreading it first because it is easier, or you can do it with your hand like I did in my other video in my bedroom doing the mask, and spread it. And then after, turn it on and then use it with the red LED and go through and do the 10-minute with this. Now, I didn't do it long enough, but I did notice that my skin was tightening up. So I do believe, you know, they do help, okay? Now, how much of it is long-term, obviously. So there is this. Just wanted to show you that this was mine. So I do have two, and I'm so happy that they are wrapped, not opened boxes. And so what I'm thinking of doing, because these are pretty much not a big box, and I don't have to ship a big box like I did to Krista for her giveaway, or what I'm going to do in a minute for the leaderboards and the comments, that I think for this one, please understand, for this one, I'm going to open one for US and Canada only, and I will do a second one for worldwide. Okay, just to be nice to those that are so nice and putting comments and everything like that, and because they can't participate in the comment one because that Starbucks bear comes in a big box in styrofoam. I have to ship it like that, and it gets very costly to ship anywhere around the world. So it gets hard for me to kind of limit where I can ship it. And that's why I have to keep it always to US and Canada only. But I want to thank you guys as well from UK. I've got a few from UK that comment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 separate words for the comment picker, and we will do LED. The word is going to be LED for Canada and US only. So please make sure that you are public username. So I'm going to put the guidelines again. You have to be public username. You cannot give me, once we communicate, you cannot give me a PO box. It has to be your address so I can ship it to you. I do not distribute information. It is only for the sole purpose of sending you the giveaway. It will be the word LED for US and Canada. So it'll have to be excluding Puerto Rico and Alaska because you will be in the worldwide bunch to make it fair. So for this one, LED, and let me know where you're from. So once I get used to your names, I will also know where you're from. And I have also opened the community page. If you take a look at that tab, there is a welcome note there so you know that that's live as well, and we can communicate there as well. And then for the worldwide, it is going to be the word beauty. Okay, so it will be beauty, LED and beauty. Okay, and then let me know where you're from, please, if you would like to let me know where you're from so I get to know your names. We're going to get to the additional stuff in there, okay? So, as I stated in my other videos, the US and Canada, because I can package it in a bigger box, you're going to get the Camellia bag, okay? Now, you can get a brand new one, but it is this little bag. Okay, unfortunately, worldwide, I cannot do that because the package gets bigger and I have to put them in boxes, and I cannot do that. So it's only Canada and US. You will get the Camellia bag. Okay, this is mine, so you will get a closed one. It's so cute. I really like this. Okay. I can throw in to worldwide, because it's small enough, a Chloe belt. You got a choice of, sorry, it was like all over the place and I didn't want to exhaust my energy. You can have a choice of the silver or gold. Okay, so it is sealed in another little bag. And I will pop up better images here. Now, the sizes on these, you know, unfortunately, they don't fit me until I lose some weight. I think they're usually around 43 inches. Okay, just about there. So I think it's like a medium person to slim. And this one has a chain so you could lock it. But as I mentioned to one person, if you got a little belly like me, you can add another chain. They sell them on, which I'm keeping one for me. And that's what I have in one of my bags. Another additional belt that has just circles, and you could clip it on and put it on the back side and extend. It's like an extender chain on your Chloe belt. So that's a solution if you want the Chloe belt and you're thinking it's not going to fit me. Yes, it could fit you. Just buy an extender. I think they were, you know, another 10 bucks or something. And you could buy it in silver and gold, whatever, and then link it at the back, and you got a Chloe belt for yourself. Okay, so for both, you could put in the comments, so you have to put in the comment, do you want the Chloe belt, silver or gold? So as I said, that fits okay for worldwide. Now, we're on for Canada only. It's one belt. You can have the Chloe, or you can have a DG, Dolce & Gabbana. And I do have somewhere with the, if I get to it before, I'm going to give you the deadlines. If I open other bags and I mention that you can option for something else, even though you put it in the comments now, you can go back and edit it and say, I prefer this belt. So I'm very flexible. I'm giving you guys options. So I do think I have another DG. This comes in brown. I did buy brown and black. I still have to find the black ones, but this is the DG this way with the gold. And I think I had another one with D and G with the ampersand. Now, Dolce & Gabbana had both. So they are really good inspirations because Dolce & Gabbana had the single DG, and I believe their older ones had the ampersand in the middle on top. Okay, so let me see if I can find those. But for now, until I mention it, you can have a choice of this one, and I'll see if I can put the measurements in the comment area. So the brown for now till I find the black, but I do have the black. So DG, or this is the one I opened up, but I have one that's sealed, or the DK, Donna Karan, which is full of lovely sparkles. They are diamonds, you know, fake diamonds in there. And it's a thick belt that goes inside. Okay, so a choice of these belts. Now for jewelry, as I said, I don't want to open this one. This is sealed. Let me see if I have one open. Okay, I opened, yes, I opened this one. This was the NEL, which is very thin. So remember, I was 7 inches. So if you are smaller than 7 inches, this will fit wonderfully on you. It opens on the side. Okay. Now, it will fit me, but it's like very tight, you know, unusual looking on your wrist. So you need to be, you know, 6 inches, I think would be great. Take the tape measures that are flexible, or take a string and then measure it out on the hard tape measures and find out what you are, okay? And I just did the, you know, right around. So it was 7 inches. Okay, they make them oval. I don't understand why they make them oval instead of more round. If they made them more round, they would fit fine. Okay, so it comes in gold, and I believe I have a silver. Okay, I'll list them if that makes it easier. But I have a gold right now, so the NEL, bangle. So you get a choice of a bangle or the H bangle, okay, for Hermes. And I've got a gold with mother of pearl inside, or silver with the mother of pearl inside. Okay. So that's for bangles. Do you want an H bangle, and which one? And if I open anything else in between on my next haul, then if anything else comes up in that bag, I'll let you know. And then earrings. Okay, so you get a choice of a bangle, a choice of a belt, and a choice of earrings. Do you want the Chanel, which are spelt out like this one I opened? And this is only in the silver. Do you want which one did I open? I think it was this one. Do you want Mui Mui? And they were only in gold, and they say Mui Mui on them. Or do you want Yves Saint Laurent? Which one did I open? Oh yeah, here's the silver nail bangle. Okay, so gold or silver in the nail bangle. And the Yves Saint Laurent is a V, not a real Y, but you'd have to really come up close. Now I have some real YSL. Again, if I open that bag, I will do my very best to open the bag before we come to it. And then the other Chanel that were two C's that were crossed on top of each other dangling. And I showed that in one of my videos, and they're somewhere here, so I will show that up over here. The Chanel and the CCs that are dangling, okay? And then the V, SL, and silver and gold. So choose silver or gold, or the Mui Mui, which only come in gold, okay? So you get one choice of the earrings, one choice of a bangle, one choice of the belt, and you can ask Krista. I mean, I threw in a bunch of other stuff here for her, which we're going to talk about. So I'll throw in some little things myself for Canada and US. Maybe I can do it. I'll see how big the package gets for worldwide. I'll do my very best, okay? So here is, let me see if I could, right. And I have these ones as well. So with the little pearl in the black, or the little pearl in the little diamonds with Chanel. So that's another one you can choose from. So you can see that's what I did for Krista. She got her Fendi tumbler. She got her Chloe belt. I threw that in there. She didn't know that. And I threw in a bunch of little boxes with some other little, you can see little bags. I threw in a bunch of little other knickknacks here and there, earrings, and she did pick a bangle and a pair of earrings. So they're in there, and some more stuff in that little box. So I threw in a bunch of stuff. So this is what we're going to do as well for the leaderboard, because she won that for the leaderboard, and that's going to come up at the end of February. So the deadline for these are going to be, I'm going to give it 2 weeks, a good 2 weeks. And then I will do a video and post it in the community page. But I like to do the video and show you how I pulled it. And I'll do well, I won't do it live, but I'm going to record it. And then I will do a video and show you the recording. So the 25th midnight is going to be the last day that you need to comment on this video. So to be in the draw, you need to be on this video, because I'm going to use the URL for this video on the comment picker. And the word again that you need to be using, because that's the comment that I will be getting the comment picker again for Canada and US, excluding Puerto Rico and Alaska, is LED. Put it in caps, okay, like LED for Canada and US, excluding Puerto Rico and Alaska. And then put your choices as I stated of the jewelry and the belt. So one belt, one bangle, one earring of your choice. And I will be putting the bag. And then for worldwide, it is going to be the word beauty. Put it in capital letters, uppercase, and tell me where you're from, as well as for Canada and US. Tell me where you're from, the state, and then what country are you from for worldwide, and then tell me if you want silver or gold Chloe. If you have a choice of another belt, you can say you prefer it. I'll see if it's small enough to put it in the package, okay? I'll try to be fair. But that's all I could possibly, maybe throw in a pair of earrings, okay? Maybe mention stuff and I'll see what I can do for you. If it fits in a small envelope, because that's what I'm trying to do, is an envelope to keep costs down, and I'll see if I can ship it to you. So, moving on to the comment picker. We will do that after the 28th. I'm going to do the 2 full months. So in March, I will do the comment picker, and you're going to get, this is the second box. I already opened the first one. That was mine to show you. That was the Starbucks Bearista bear. So this is the second one. I want to make sure it says Starbucks. It does. I want to make sure it is not broken. Okay. It is glass. And it does say Starbucks. You can see the Starbucks. So, it is time for your Starbucks comment picker. And let me see if I've got the stats so far of who's leading the board so far. Remember, that is Canada and US only, excluding, sorry to say this all the time, excluding Alaska and Puerto Rico. So you can see who's leading. Now, if you're on this list and you are not in Canada or US, because I cannot tell by your profile, please let me know, because unfortunately I will have to remove you from the list, because I'm going by the comments. If you stated, you know, some people say that, hey, I just found your channel and I'm from the UK. So then I know if you're leading with making comments, I had to leave you out, unfortunately, because you were from the UK. So I thank you for making your comments. That's why I wanted to do that face wand. So for the leaderboard comments, because these are pretty big, unfortunately, I had to do that. Maybe in future, I'll try to figure out something smaller and we can open it up again. But, you know, shipping is costly, so it's really tough. So let me do this. Beginning of March, January and February are going to be included in the leaderboard. And then I'm going to do what I did with Krista. I'll see how I can package it up. And the same thing, you could have some little knickknacks here, earrings, bangle. I'll communicate with you by email and package it up and send it to you. So we are on a roll. So I've got some really interesting things that I'm opening up in the next few bags. Hopefully I can get to them quick. So I'm pretty sure that there's some stuff that I chose in there for the next giveaways. So that will probably be for the 250, then the 500. And as you know, the jacket is for the 1000. So we're getting there, and I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the next one.